Hey everybody, it's Karen. Happy Saturday. I wanted to answer this very interesting question. Somebody wanted my input on this, and she actually said I could read the question, so I'm going to read the question. I just addressed it as well on my Instagram live question and answers at 3 o'clock that I did. So if you might have already heard it, but I'm going to go into it a little deeper here, okay? So she writes to me and says, I let a guy move in. He lived with me for 6 months, alcoholic. I've never dealt with one. What a ride. She means nightmare, I think. I finally called his sister to come get him about 7 weeks ago. I'd been through hell. Took him to the hospital with alcohol poisoning, a broken collarbone. He fell into my Christmas tree, destroyed things, destroyed me. He completed rehab, was home this past week, and left yesterday for another month of sober living, facing 3 DUIs and lost everything. I did have him move out while here last week. So I did have him move out while here last week. That's good. Why is it now that he seems like such a great guy that I am stupidly still having feelings for him and would still give him a chance? It is quite a hold on your life, but I don't think he can love anyone but himself. Rehab was good, but he also seems a bit overconfident, saying that they want him now to speak at the rehab and be a sponsor. I've been his support for almost 2 years now, and I feel lost and alone, left behind all the while he has new people that all treat him great. Brand new guy. Any advice? Well, that is a great question. So first thing, this is total family afterwards thing. Everybody wants someone to get well, don't they? I want someone to get sober if they quit drinking or using. I have seen this time and time again. There's a chapter in the big book called The Family Afterwards. And if you are in this situation, you need to read it. You don't even have to buy a big book. Just Google The Family Afterwards big book and read that chapter. And what it talks about is this. There's a zero to hero complex. I write about it in my blog. And zero to hero is me. 1 minute, I am a falling down drunk. I am blacked out, unemployable. I'm a horrible parent, mother, sister, employee, daughter. I mean, I am just a nutbag. I am so out of my mind that I'm getting kicked out of the worst bars in town, right? And I get sober, and I get like maybe a week, 10 days, 2 weeks for sure. And I am back, baby. I am back. There's a scene in Flight, that movie Flight with Denzel Washington. And he goes to the hotel, and his dealer, John Goodman, shows up, and he is hung over, and he had just raided that whole mini bar scene in the hotel, and he's supposed to be going in front of the judge, right? He's supposed to be going to court. And his attorneys are like, oh my God, we can't get him up and out. And so John Goodman shows up and pours him a couple drinks. And he has 2 drinks and I think 2 or 3 lines of Coke. And he looks up from doing the last line of Coke and he goes, I'm back. And I freaked out when I saw that at the movie theater, because that's me. You give me a couple martinis, vodka martinis, very, very dry. That means no vermouth, just throw an olive in it. So you give me a couple of those and I'm back. And all of a sudden, I am the best mother, the best everything, the best employee. I'm going to cook, I'm going to clean, I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to get, everything. I'm going to get my master's. I'm going to make $1 million. And I have just come from the gutters of society, right? That's zero to hero. Happens to all of us. So you get someone like me and get sober, and all of a sudden I start doing well, right? I'm zero to hero. I'm back. Now, whether that lasts or not is another thing. But in the moment, I'm doing great. I'm going to meetings. Everybody likes me. I'm making the cakes, and they love my cakes, like Susie Q, AA. And they're asking me to speak, and you're at home waiting for me. And you're going, wait a minute. I've been helping you for years, and all of a sudden you are going on without me? You got a life? What about me, right? You were supposed to help me with this. You were going to help me with that. You know, I'm used to, you know, we always watch Jeopardy. Where are you now? You're at a meeting? Who are these people? You're going out for coffee? Are you kidding me? I liked it better when you were drunk. At least I knew where you were. That's what happens. So this guy right now is in the limelight. First thing I will say to you is this. Thank God you had this guy move out last week when he came home. Thank God he went to treatment. Thank God he was willing to go. Thank God that he was capable of going. Thank God he went. Thank God he got into sober living. And thank God he moved out of your house, right? You dodged a bullet, okay? It may seem like he is doing great. The jury is out. Now, I don't mean that badly, but a lot of alcoholics and addicts do not want to do the work it takes to stay sober. It's not a lot of work, but it's consistent work. You got to do it every day. So right now he's riding high. Great. Let's see what he does. You know that old thing, give him enough rope and let's see what he does with it. You know, let's see if he hangs himself with it. That's what you're going to do. You're going to be happy as hell. Now, this part about why does now he look like such a great guy? He had 3 DUIs. He's lost everything. He's been living off of you. He ain't no catch. So why is it all of a sudden you feel like that? Something about you. It's about you. It's not about him. Because I'll tell you what's going to happen. If we don't find out why, you think that you got to fix this guy, right? And you got to help this guy, and that you want to be around this guy, this very sick guy. Then you're going to do it again. You're going to find another guy, just like that, or another girl. Doesn't matter. You're going to find someone, a boss, an employee, most likely a relationship, that's going to need your help, and you're going to have to save the day. And you don't want to do that, because this goes on and on and on. So we can take this guy and remove him and put him someone else, and you're going to have the same problem. So you need to get some help for this. This is codependency. This is you are not taking care of yourself, okay? You've got your eyes focused out on someone else and how they're doing. And however they do is how you're basing how you feel. It's not going to work. Not going to work. You have to be responsible for how you feel, right? You have to build up yourself. You can do that a number of different ways, depending on how bad this is. One, if this is very bad, and some people, it does get very bad, you can't leave the house. You're in mourning almost. The person gets sober and leaves and goes on to do well, and you are sick. You need to get some help. You need to get a therapist. You go to a support group. First thing you should do right away is just go to Al-Anon, because it's free. Go to Al-Anon or Nar-Anon and meet some lovely people that are going through the same thing you are, okay? That's the first thing. And then I want you to start living your life. Find out what you've been missing out on. Have you been wanting to go to aerobics? Maybe you want to do a spin class. Maybe you want to take a cooking class. Start knitting, crocheting. Maybe you're a photographer. Maybe you like to volunteer at church. I don't know what it is. Do it. Get busy. Get out of your house. Help. Help others. Wherever you're at, force yourself to go. If you take the mind, if you take the body, the mind will follow. Wow, that was tricky. Take the body, the mind will follow. That's a lot of life, is just getting up and going. What did they used to say? Elizabeth Taylor said, get up, shower, put your makeup on, put your lipstick on, and go. And show them who's boss, right? Just get up and go and show up every day, and it will get better. That feeling that you've lost something, that you're missing out, you're not missing out, except on a lot of financial wreckage. Now, let me tell you, I'm not telling you don't deserve to be with this guy. This guy doesn't deserve you. I'm telling you the timing's bad. You might get back together. He might get sober and get some footing, and you might get some Al-Anon and get some footing, and you guys are going to come back together in a big way. Maybe, maybe not, right? If he does what he's supposed to do and gets sober, and he does the 12 steps, he'll come back to you and he will thank you for giving him the room to get well. promise. This is the best gift you can give him. If you really love him, let him go. Love you. Bye.